And Joe's like, make sure you can inspect her. Funny guy. Funny.
Welcome back to Contest of Speed Tier 2. We're live from Abu Dhabi for round 6 of the championship, and Thomas, as always, is the first man out on track. He joined us around just over a minute into qualifying. Nobody set a time yet, they're all off on their out laps.
Yeah, sorry, I was getting slightly sidetracked. I was just seeing a Williams knee run into the back of a Ferrari, which would be interesting.
That would have been fun. Yes, changing it up a little bit from normal, starting the stream a little bit early. We're trying to find that golden point to start it. Bursey J, subscribe with Prime, that's what we love to say.
You'll catch Bursey later in the action.
Yes, he'll be commentating later tonight with AM2.
Early plug.
We're allowed to plug our own stuff. Reese is in the chat supporting Team Denmark because Tracer is here tonight, and me and him, because we're former teammates, but we had a bit of a friendly rivalry going on this afternoon with the football match between England and Denmark tonight.
Which just got away with murder, but that's fine. We'll move on from that.
Oh, I'm not bothered about that. It's more the fact that neither of us has the right to rinse the other about the result, because it was one of the most boring games ever. But, well,
happens.
It does. It happens. Housekeeping.
Yeah. 18 drivers, 2 are missing, Unseen and Faxland. And Blades has left the session, which is annoying,
ominous,
but also kind of convenient, because Blades is replacing
Ultimate Born. Ultimate Born tonight.
Yes, Yes. And Roland is in the Renault again for hijacked.
Yes.
Just taking, I think, a temporary break from league racing at the moment.
He is.
Personal
Commitments, yes.
Commitments.
He's a busy man. So across the bottom of your screen there should be a scrolling version of the Drivers' Championship. We're just testing this out at the moment. Oh no, it's good. Roland gave it to me earlier. He says, I've got a surprise for you. I was very excited. So what you might say across the screen might not be completely accurate. We hope it is. We've tried to make it as accurate as possible, but sometimes it's not quite the case. So then, first laps are on the board. Formula March with a 33.7, and Dan coming across with a 33.4.
That's. I'm not happy.
No?
No, he's already beaten my pole time from last night. Swine. It's fine. We're brothers. Not bitter about it.
No, not at all. Not at all. So Dan holds onto provisional pole at the moment. Yeah, and he's invalidated, doesn't he, there?
Yeah, you're completely the wrong line. Just completely the wrong line through turn 5.
So then, on board with Jamie then, as he comes down towards the hotel. Gets the car stopped through that right-hand hairpin.
The second half of the lap is a lot more technical and difficult than the first half of the lap.
Yeah, it certainly is, which is why he's got away with it.
Yes, away with it. I think he just feathered out of it enough to
to keep the time. So then, Jamie across with a 34.3. KV, the man on the move at the moment, 33.9, but on the medium tyre. That's a good time. If he's going to stick with it.
Softs and mediums, about 6 tenths to 3/4 of a second. Obviously, track will rubber in. It's a touch on the green side to start off with.
Yeah, we both found that last night. We were easily able to beat our first timed runs. Wisey boy now, just having started his lap.
Yeah.
And then now towards the end of the first sector.
A lot of guys have not set times yet. It'd be interesting to see if, because obviously last night's strategy was massive in the race with the top 3 being on 3 different strategies.
Yeah, I wouldn't know about that.
Whether you save a set of softs or use a third set in qualifying.
Yeah, you can always, of course, go for the. You can always throw a curveball, go for the softer tyre allocation, and use 3 sets of softs in qualifying, but that then puts you at risk if there's a safety car at any point.
It also means you're probably more likely having to use a medium with a hard tyre.
Yeah, it will.
The hard tyre wasn't great in terms of pace, but longevity.
Oh, longevity, it's unreal. It was amazing. Pace, no. Pace, no. It was not good. Oh, Wisey boy cuts the corner there coming out of the hotel section. And I think we'll see him peel off into the pit lane. Indeed we do.
Yep. Suppy's just finishing up his lap, he's behind. He's got to be careful not to run wide on the outside of the penultimate corner. Backhand steps out, lost probably a smidge of time through there. And a 33.4. I'm having some timing issues because it's not actually coming up.
It's riding on board then with Rosa as he goes for his first timed run. We'll clear the screen.
So through 3, kink off 4, there he is, that's okay, counts as a corner. Through 5 and 6. Have a little bit of curve on both sides. Make sure you line yourself up through turn 7, important traction zone, because we're going to go down probably the longest straight of the calendar.
Certainly one of them. I think Mexico comes close, but
opens the DRS, pretty much straight line all the way down to braking about just after the 100 metre board. flicks it left and right. You can cut a little bit of curve through there, straight line it to get a good exit out that corner. DRS once again. As we approach to the very difficult turns 11, 12, 13. Flicks right, runs it to the curb and through turn 14. Then the triple right-hander of 15, 16 and 17, where we have seen some interesting crashes in F1 in the past.
Yeah, Rosberg and Karthikeyan, was it?
Yes, it was. At this point, the tyres in the lap are crying because they've pretty much got nothing left. Important now, turn 20, nice little flick through there.
No!
Wide! And he's very lucky he's not out of the session because that was a hefty whack.
Yep. That was the grip saying no.
Yeah, that's just a touch too much curve on the outside. Tyres also giving up as well, and I don't think he's going to be the only person that's going to get spit out by a curve last night. We saw two last night. Unfortunately, that was Joel and
Lars. I got caught up by the curb at turn 10, I think, 9 or 10 it was. No, turn 10, yeah, turn 10 on the exit. That put me in the wall, and then I got caught at turn 3 as well. Actually, I had a torrid evening.
So Arbar is on a lap, 1.5 turns up, now heading into the hotel section. So this is all about good traction, turn in, getting good acceleration out the corners through the third sector. Run on the curve on the inside, that was quite a nice line through there, and Brandon penultimate corner, good drive out the last corner is needed, and to the line, 33 flat.
Good time from Arbar.
That's the kind of pace we've been expecting from him all season.
It is. Maybe he's finally found some form.
Still like Cavey's time, you know,
on the mediums, yeah. He's going again though on the softs at the moment. Currently
locked up though massively for
yeah, I think the Williams boys operated a toe there actually. They're both quite close.
Band's also on that out lap, so that could have been
yeah. Dracer puts himself into second place.
Yeah, Andreas continuing his good form actually the last couple of weeks. Actually showing his hand, which is put him in good stead. Some good results.
Yeah. KV 33-2, first time round on the soft tyre, and he's in perfect position now to provide his teammate with a tow. Let's just ride on board then with the Williams sedan as we head down through sector 1.
Just watching Jake complete his lap. He's up marginally, he looks very tidy. Flirts with the track limits. Not the corners, and improves to 33.4. So yeah, times are close once again in tier 2. So like last week.
And Cavy's in the prime position to give down a tow here. Look at that speed in the bottom right hand corner. Normally these cars are going at just over 200 at this point. Now he's way over as Cavey pulls to the side. Does he make them? And he meets the braking point. We'll see how he manages in terms of his split time as he gets to the end of this straight.
Yeah, the man on the move is Roland, who raced last night. Good in qualifying last night and good recovery in the race.
Yeah, Dan's in the green for sector 2. It's not his fastest though.
But at this point you probably want to keep it together. Roland marginally improving though, so still not his best lap time. I think got into the 33s last night as well. Close to the low 34s.
Formula March, I think, is running quite a low downforce setup. He set the fastest time through sector 1. And Dan improves. Both Williams guys doing well. Of course, on a personal level, Matt and I are wanting the Alfa Romeos to do well in our battle against the Williams boys for top place in the overall Constructors' Championship.
Team Stump Street.
Yeah. Which we will start to bring updates on at, I think we said round 10 we'd start with that. Gives everybody a chance to settle in their respective tiers.
Cool. Stump, there you go. Speaking of Team Stumpy, he's a 33-2, so very tight. Once again, what, 6.5 temps separated from back to front from last week.
Yeah.
And last night saw only a second between, I think, the top 12 in Tier 3, so tracks like this you expect a bit more of a gap, but to see the top 10 within 3/4 of a second is very impressive.
Yeah. Jonathan Cox has just matched, albeit short by 0.02 of a second, the fastest Sector 1 time so far. Let's see what he can manage for Sector 2. Currently held by Arba with a 39.6.
Robin's marginally down. Thomas is the one on the move, Danny. 10.5 up again, so this is looking to put him towards the likes of Dan, KB, Stumpy, and Tracer.
Right, middle sector for Jonathan Cox is 39.9, so he's 0.3 down on Arba. Fastest third sector is KV with a 36.5.
Oh, Thomas, no, run wide, second to the last corner, such a disappointment. It was looking so good, should have time like to go out and go again. Robin is improving just, marginal improvements.
Here comes Jonathan Cox then through the final corner. He's going to power for the line, just keeps it in within the boundaries, and it's a 33.2, puts himself into 5th.
Cut 19 there beautifully, and 20 as well. Runs as far as he dares through the last corner. It's been fairly tidy, if not quick. It's 33.4.
33.4, yeah, not bad for Robin. Looks like he's found some pace this week. Hopefully he'll be saving it all up for one run late on.
Yep, I know Dan was mentioning his time trial time. He's the quickest Tier 2 runner around here on time trial, but obviously being able to do in qualifying is a completely different aspect. But
yeah.
No, it shows that he's got the pace somewhere. He's just got to hook it all up. Let's put it this way, me and Robert would have been, what, 8th and 9th probably at the moment.
Well, my fastest time would put me 12th.
Yeah. And you've still got 4 drivers to go.
Yeah, so qualifying though, not my strong suit.
So Fulman is, I'm going to watch his lap. This is his first time session and only time session of quality. It's a little deep through turns, what's that, not 8 and 9. 57.5, which I don't know how good that is, if I'm being honest.
57.5 for the middle sector. He's a fair way down.
It's going to be a 30, low 34 here, isn't it?
I wouldn't know, it could even be more than that. We could be talking, he'd be looking at 38, 39. So these tyres are going to be far from at their best.
No, you can do 2 runs on them. I wouldn't advise it. I did it yesterday and started the race on 10% softs, which were not great. But
yeah. All the guys near the front going out again.
yeah.
Apart from Arba. Oh, Arba's crashed. Coming out of the hotel.
We saw this last time we raced around here. Turn 19, took a few victims, both on the barrier by the corner and then on the exit. Blades has put a time in, which is a good thing. Fulton's gone again.
Yeah, Fallen is on the lap now. We are watching. I'll be interested to see what Andreas can pull out, and it's pole position. The first man into the 32s.
I would say that's touch surprising for me, but I think he's, as I said earlier, shown the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, and Roz has backed out of his lap, so he will be starting at the back with no time on the board. Wisey boy getting a great toe off his teammate. Fantastic team play there from Lewis. We've not spoken about him yet, but Wisey boy getting the full benefit.
Lewis flirting with the P11 slot, but actually isn't the worst position to be in the world.
No.
Falling's back to improve his lap, but I think it's still going to be only in the 34s, just 34.1 though.
34.1 for Fallen. Well, it's better than being at the back. Wisey boy then, looking at his times at the moment, he's looking good. He's looking good.
KV's backed out, so KV's finished. Stumpy still pushing, and he drives it, and that's a 32.9, so second round into the 32s.
Good lap from Stumpy. Here comes Wisey boy then to get a time on the board. Puts himself 13th with a 33.7. Again, it's better than being at the back. Lewis is the other man out there, but he's finished. Dracer, we know, is finished as well. Will just drive himself back to the pit lane, but yeah, that's it then. So Dracer takes pole position. I'm so happy Denmark didn't win tonight. So yeah, he takes pole position with Stumpy in second place, the only two men to hit the 32s. Arbar in third place, finally finding some form after a disappointing start to the season for him. The two Williams of Dan Robert and KV, P4 and P5, with Jamie in P6. Again, might be the start of someone trying to find some form.
So a second separating the top 13 and half a second between the top 8. That is sorry, 6th even between the top 8. That is a close qualifying.
Yeah, it is. But what's the difference between the? So if you discount the front two getting into the 32s, then you've got P3 to P10 separated by half a second.
Yeah, the 33's got absolutely peppered.
Yeah, I think. Well, where do we have to go to find a 34? Fallen in P14.
That would have put him.
That would have put him in.
Last night. Yeah, 5th or 6th.
Well, he'd have been with me, so around P8 actually, somewhere in there. But yeah, it's still much higher up the grid than he is now. So yeah, be interesting to see how this race plays out.
Yeah, I think it's also interesting to see how where the tiers overlap. I think, especially the European ones, it's we've always spoken about in the past how close actually tier 2 is, and then having sort of like a tier 2.5 type of thing, and kind of proved it once again. It's very difficult to separate these drivers.
Very much so, and it's a lot of the circuits we go and race around, it's form based. Anyone can win on any given day. I mean, you get the favourites obviously, like the Dan, KV, Stumpy, Dracer, Jonathan Cox, Arbar, Unseen when he's racing. Those guys are always going to be near the front, but anyone in there can pull out a result.
Jonathan Cox pressed the button well before a minute. So
yeah, someone's been a naughty boy.
I don't want to say anything, but that's already puts him then on 6 penalty points for the season. We're only 6 rounds in.
Yeah.
Most of them are pressing the button. Stop pressing the button. Drivers on the grid.
Yep, and we're good to go. Let's have a look then at the tyre selections. So we've got, yeah, top 10 of course have to start on the tyres they're qualified on. which is the soft tyre for everybody in this particular race. And then from P11 to P20, if we had a full grid, there you have free choice. So outside the top 10, we've got 3 guys on the soft tyre. That's Formula March, Fallen and Rosa. Both Ferraris going with the soft tyre. And then we've got on the medium tyres Lewis, Wisey Boy, Roland, Wizard and Blades.
Yeah, fresh soft, so I can see why they went for it. I did it last season, albeit on a different game, started at the back. So I didn't make qualifying in an instance, and that extra grip you get even over people that have done just a push step on the softs in qualifying. Can make a big difference. It'll be interesting to see how many guys did one stop, whether that's soft to medium, medium to hard, or whatever combination you want.
Yeah.
Or the 2 stop, and even the 2 stop's not nailed down because that could be soft, medium, medium, or soft, medium, soft, or
soft, medium, or any variation thereof.
Very funky combination you want to go with.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be fun to watch. What? Yeah. And then we've got the spanner to throw in that a safety car can always provide us with.
I think also penalties could play a big part.
They could, yeah. It's a track that is, yeah, it's very easy to pick up some penalties.
And it's all about a good start. We saw that last night. There he agrees how important the start is. Jamie is left the session at the wrong time. Hold up. I'm on the case.
Good man. So then the cars get ready on the grid. And contrary to what real life has to throw at us in recent weeks, it's 2 Ferrari engine cars at the front of the field. And not the 2 you'd expect to be there either. The actual Ferraris seem to be fitting in quite well where they normally are. In P12 and P18, so we wait for Rosa to find his slot. He's in. We get ready to go racing in Abu Dhabi. Normally the curtain closer, now a mid-season special. The lights go out. We wait for the glitch. Jamie, of course, will go with his not being present. The revs build. And away we go in Abu Dhabi. It's a good start from Stumpy, who goes up into the de facto lead of this race. Tracer trying to hold it round the outside, can't quite get there. But Stumpy is ahead. Jamie, meanwhile, has managed to rejoin the session, but his car's now down at the hairpin. Looking for position changes early then. Thomas, Profodes, Blades and Rosa all up a couple of positions.
Blades has
picked up a penalty.
Tichy's getting peppered by the racing points, which isn't the most pleasant thing in the world. Wisey Boy has got a great slipstream. Here we go. In the slipstream, Robin could be, well, I was going to say that could be 2 Pink Panthers past the AlphaTauri on one straight.
Certainly could. Jamie, meanwhile, at the front of the pack. I just want to see if he's managed to.
Flag.
We've got a Renault round. That's Roland. Has Jamie managed to rejoin and take control? Yes, he has. So he's got significant advantage there. He will pick up a time penalty come the end of the race.
Not for his own fault.
No, but it's just to keep it fair on everybody else. And Tracer and Stumpy battling again.
Ah, that's brave.
Tracer round the outside. Great move, and Arbar's in there as well.
KV and Jonathan Cox can't leave each other alone.
No. So we're still in a bit of a train at the moment. All within that 1 second window, all the way down to Fallen in P15. Jamie is losing time, and a significant amount of it as well, to the guys in front.
Sorry.
Go for it.
6.8 seconds. I need to write this down somewhere.
6.8 seconds.
So that's the difference between his fastest lap and...
the first time, yeah. The rustling of paper indicative of a man thoroughly embedded in his work. Arbar then closing in on Stumpy, who's too far back from Dracer to get a real toe. Arbar with overtake engaged, going down the inside into the first hairpin. Stumpy breaks late, locks up. He's held it there though. Have to give each other some room. Arbar uses the outside to his advantage. Dan as well now looking to try and get past that stricken Alfa Romeo. We've got wing damage for Blaze in P15 in the Alpha Tauri.
Yeah, Lewis under pressure, but don't forget on the medium tyre, so actually doing a really good job. Positions wise, so a couple of winners, a couple of losers. Jonathan Cox is probably the main loser, down 10 places from his promising qualifying position.
Yeah, the big winners of course Rosa and Lewis. Jamie as well. Oh, Jamie has pitted. He's pitted early. I wonder if that is by way of a... And he's retired.
If that's his way of doing it, you should have just cracked on.
I mean, fair play to the guy. If he wants to do things fairly, I can understand why he's done it, but I would not have done that myself. I'd have kept going.
I would have kept going and
waiting for the end of the race. It's not his fault.
Far from it.
So DRS enabled then on lap 3. Stumpy outside of it of Arbar already, who's closing in on Dracer. Dan meanwhile does have it to try and chase after Stumpy. Not close enough this time, but he will get another go at it. Oh, there's contact between the two. He sends Stumpy spinning, and that allows KV through as well.
Stumpy's got to be careful. Those rear tyres
will be cooked. And after a brilliant getaway, he's not having the best of races. Neither is his teammate. Tichy down in 11th at the moment.
Let's have a look. Has either of them picked up any significant damage? Doesn't look like it.
No, I've got nothing on TAS either. Big thanks to T-Bow for setting up TAS, of course. Gives us all the information we could ever need. Both Williams then running 3rd and 4th.
Yep, got the train. Platers left the session. That'll be a disconnect.
Yeah. Robin closing in on the back of Thomas.
Yep. Lewis in a great position.
He is.
So is Wise, both very good points actually. It's not counting them out as well.
Yeah, both of them the leading medium runners.
It'll be interesting to see how quick Jonathan Cox can actually catch the pack whilst they're in this train.
I mean, they're all in. It's a DRS train, so I'm not sure they will. I'm not sure he will, rather. I don't think he'll catch them up that quickly. The only reason that he would is because he's on fresher tyres.
KV's had a stinker of that, by the way, Danny.
Yeah.
And
he's dropped away.
However, has got superior ERS. Dracer and Arbar about the same. Dan slightly got the advantage in that front.
Yeah. While we were watching the battle for P7, the Wizard has managed to get his way past Tichy and Formula March into 11th place. I would imagine that's an opportunistic move. Sorry, Matt. Crack on.
Yeah, Lewis in a good position with ERS, and so is Robbins. ERS is really important to try and save around here. Not easy to gain back, but it is very easy to burn.
It is. Arbar back within DRS range of the race leader. It's out of DRS. It's weird. It's just not. It's fluctuating, isn't it, between the top 4? It is. Yeah, there's no definitive mover at the moment. They all seem to be at a point where they're either going to burn some ERS to keep up or try and save some. But Arbar looks like he could be the one at the moment to make the biggest impact and the biggest inroads. We've lost the timing screen.
Yeah.
That'll come back. And Fallon's retired, that's in the pit lane. And that should, the timing screen should return to us once we cross the start-finish line, so in the meantime I'll get rid of it.
It'll be the net. Whoa! Lewis nearly ran into the back of Stumpy. With the extra speed and slipstream they had, just nearly careered into the back of the Alfa in the flag sector one. That's for Fallon's car to decide that it still wants to continue without its driver.
Yeah, I think we're at the crossover point now between those guys starting on the fresh mediums and the used softs.
I would say so, as Rowan has got past Fallon and March. Tichy's struggling.
Yeah, Tichy's struggling a lot. Looking at the timing screens then that we've got through TAS. Live timing updates.
I wouldn't be surprised if Stumpy came in, and he does.
Yeah, so Stumpy's in. Is there a big enough gap for them to stack? No, I don't think there is. So we should now have the intervals back. Thomas is in as well.
Yep.
So those guys almost certainly going for the 2 stops.
Yeah, I would say that's really. Oh, Robbins nearly. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I know he spun out, but he's managed to steer it and spin it the right side.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what happened to me last night, except I did mine on lap 25, not lap 6. Heavy fuel playing its part.
And also Tyrwell, he was on. I said what, he was on a one-way ticket to that barrier on the right-hand side, just opening the steering out there.
Yeah, sometimes you might as well encourage the slide if it means you stay in the race. Blades, the sister Alpha Tauri, has retired from the race. A couple of disconnects, and that's probably the best thing for him if he's going to keep jumping in and out all night. We don't want to cause too much of an issue in the session. Arbar's picked up the first penalty of the leading runners. He is closing in. Yeah, he is closing in on Andreas. I say the leading driver with no warnings or penalties at the moment is actually Rosa in P7. Everybody in front of him has at least one warning.
Be interested to see if Lewis can actually catch KV at this stage, although
both leaders are in.
Okay, that would be surprising. I thought one would do and not the other, but I suppose that's the way they were going to do it.
This is going to be a 2-stop, I think, for both of them.
Suggest so, and it is.
Joseph,
spun, by the way.
it's turn 3 has claimed its second victim of the evening. Needs to be careful not to fall victim to Tichy here. I think he will in a straight line anyway.
Yeah, I think Tichy just needs to be patient at this point and wait.
He's well, if it was me, I'd press the advantage. You know, Dan's tyres are going to be hot, and Roland now looking to make his way through as well. Dan's going to go defensive to the inside, but I don't think it's going to matter. Could do with a different camera angle, Cody's, please.
Rowan went deep, Dan just learned the throw.
Yeah, it's not his fight. So KV then is now in the lead of the race, and as far as I can tell, Lewis is closing in. I say that, he loses a 10th and 2, so I don't think he is actually. KV's still making his move, and the man.
Arbar's past Drace today, that's important. That's lead.
Yeah, that is de facto his net lead. Although, as long as Dracer can stay within DRS range, it's probably the better place to be.
Stumpy's picked up 3 seconds, so that's Arbar and Stumpy of the leading 3 that we think it's going to be.
Yeah.
Time each.
KV on 1 warning at the moment, Arbar with 1 penalty, Dracer with 1 warning, and we're seeing Dan come into the pits.
Yeah, that car's like a boat. No right hand side. Be interesting to see what he goes to. Would he one stop to hards? But the hards isn't a great tyre, so I reckon
he'll go either softs or mediums. He'll go mediums and try and make them to the end, I think, which he can do from here. Just they will not be a lot of fun come the end of the race.
I think that's also the other thing. VSC or a safety car can flip the race on its head. We saw a couple last night, which
well-timed VSC can make all the difference.
He's got past Tichy, so the soft run is struggling at this stage.
I think.
Doesn't look like for KB. Lewis is still not.
Well, it's holding now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Roz is the man who I'm excited to see how he gets on. Currently in P4, he's just lost a lot of time in that middle sector, so I think we might see him pit this time round.
Yeah, it's the traction zones, so it's basically everywhere from turn 11 and 12 down to the start finish.
Yeah,
really.
down to the end of the lap, isn't it? On board with Rosa then. We've got 2 corners to go in this lap, and I think we might see him pit. No, he's carrying on. KB, however, has pitted. So that puts Lewis now up into the lead of the Grand Prix. And
Probably wasn't expecting that, was he?
Well, no, probably not, but he has a habit of pulling out some...
Arbar is in trouble here. He's stuck behind the Ferrari of Formula March. Which is allowing Dracer to catch back up.
Yeah, and it's all a train behind Roland at the minute. So it's Roland, Tichy. Arbar makes that move. But Formula March will have DRS to come back at him. But Arbar should have it to get away. Indeed he does.
Dracer's the next man on. Could he go for a double slipstream? Looks like it, Danny.
He's going for it. He's going for it. He's past Formula March. Comes back across. Arbar squeezes his friendly rival. But Dracer makes it through. Round the outside and swings back across to block the Red Bull coming back with an undercut.
Meanwhile, Tichy's just ahead. He's going to look to lick the stamp and send it probably.
We're on board with... Oh, and Roland's gone very early. And Andreas is going to try and make a move as well here. This put a barrier between him and Arbar. He's made it through.
Around the outside.
The 2 leaders. What will be? Oh, it's a massive accident. Arbar's still in the race. And I think he's managed to get away without damage there. Let me check the telemetry and find out for sure. Minimal wing damage for Arbar. He should be able to continue.
March has had a shocker. I think he's got some kind of wing damage,
I think he must have, yeah. I haven't got telemetry for him, but he must have it. Will we see Arbar pit? No, Formula March does. I don't think that will have affected him. Yeah, this is going to be bad for Formula March. The stack could cost him here quite a lot.
Oh yeah, this is...
5 seconds it's cost him there extra. But I don't think in the grand scheme of things it'll cost him too badly.
Robin and Dan are trading fastest laps on the medium tyres. Both showing their pace and they're capable of massively, I would say massively out position both on Dan and 13, 14.
Tichy's still going.
He's not trying the one stop from the soft to medium because...
I think he is.
Yeah,
I think he is. Especially because he's still... Oh, he just misses out on DRS from Andreas.
Your B-list, that could probably come in. Arbar's pass. Jonathan Cox. They made a little bit of contact, but we're all good.
Jonathan Cox, though, with DRS to come back at him. Arbar will have to go defensive.
Yeah, neither of them got any overtake left.
Yeah, back end steps out for the Renault. I'm intrigued to see as we see Lewis come into the pits. That's early.
It's a couple of laps early.
That is early. So Wisey Boy now takes the lead.
Hard tight.
Is it hard, or is he going to go for?
Oh, he's going for mediums. So
mediums
he's going to go
again.
medium soft.
Interesting strategy from the Racing Points, but one I hope pays off for them. It's certainly one to keep an eye on for later in the race. Tichy is still going on at this point.
Yeah, so that's a new one. No one's done that this week. We saw obviously variation of strategies last night. Out in front of Arbar after his little misdemeanors. So Lewis actually gained a couple of places.
Yeah, yes, he has. He's gained on Arbar, of course. KV 5.5 seconds down the road.
Yeah, he's striving to get past Thomas at this stage because Thomas has got DRS Stumpy in front. Stumpy obviously leapfrogged these guys by pitting 3 laps before him.
Roz has managed to get himself ahead of Jonathan Cox, and Drace has cleared the Wizard.
No, he hasn't. Jonathan Cox fights back, a little bit of contact on the exit of turn 9.
Just watching a helicopter shot of the Wizard lose so much time to Andreas coming through that tight and twisty section of 11, 12 and 13. He's already outside the second window.
Andreas is...
And Wisey Boy's in. I wonder if he's going to follow his teammates' strategy.
Tichy's finally in as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, so Tichy I think will go to mediums here and try and get to the end. Wisey Boy, I want to see what he goes for.
Andreas in a commanding lead early doors.
And Wisey Boy, goes to mediums. So both racing points going for the same strategy.
Tichy's gone mediums as well, so these would... Titch would go to the end probably on these. That's what it looks like.
Yep.
And will he get out in front of Dan? He will just, I think.
I don't know. No, I don't think he will. Dan will be able to swoop through.
Oh, no, he won't. I thought he will.
No. I'm sorry, everybody watching, you didn't get to see that. We were watching Stompy try and attack Roland. In fact, he still might make a dive down the inside. He's going to go for it on the brakes. Locks up but makes the corner. Thomas as well looking for a move. He's going to go for a switch back and under.
Yeah, Roland gave somebody so much space on the inside, which then compromised his exit, his entry and an exit because he had to run deep. Fights this one though.
Yeah, and Cavey still can't make head roads against them. Thomas and Provoda's going side by side for the squeezes. And Cavey goes for it. Oh, Cavey's round.
That was opportunistic at the best of times, that one.
Yeah, to quote a famous Brazilian, if you no longer go for a race for a move, you're no longer a racing driver. Cavey went for the move. Not saying he's a racing driver, but he's acting like one. No damage to Cavey that I can see, so it's just time he's lost.
I'm just going to point out this person, Rosa, in not. Oh, Jonathan Cox has lost it. Just going to say how good Rosa was doing.
And it's a full safety car.
That is going to aid a few people out there.
Yeah, it is. Dan's going to come into the pits and he's going to be the first man able to do so. So Dan could make up some good ground here. The racing points, I think, are the ones who are going to lose out most from this.
Yeah, Paul and March will stay in. Titch as well will lose notes out of this because he stopped just beforehand as well.
Yeah, although Titch actually might be okay because if he can catch the pack, because the safety car,
running going to stop. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I was trying to spot where the safety car was, but it's actually waiting down at the exit of turn 3.
So everyone's on a delta still.
Yeah, everyone will be on a delta until Dreiser finds his way back round to it. Of course, the average pit stop time during a safety car that you lose, that is, drops from 25 seconds to around 14.
It's about 8 seconds.
Yeah.
We got down in France, didn't we? France was 8 seconds.
Yeah. And if you've got a fresh set of mediums, if I'm Andreas, I'm stopping. In fact, if I'm any of the top 5, I'm stopping for a fresh set.
That it looks like it's going to be mediums for everyone to the end.
Yeah, and yeah, Andreas is coming into the pits. The Wizard will follow him in.
The Wizard will have to do something different. He'll have to go hards, I reckon. Because don't forget him.
Good point. Unless he 2 stops on softs.
Well, him and Roland have got to do something different. They haven't pitted yet, so can't go back on the mediums because they definitely have to stop again.
And Dracer's in for a fresh set of medium tyres. Lewis retakes the lead then.
It was like he was listening to you, Danny. And so was Roland. They've both gone soft. Funny
yeah, so the two at the moment, and their tyres are not massively overaged. Lewis and Rosett, and
gonna be pretty good here, mate.
Yeah, I know, and Whitey Boy as well. The guys who stopped just before it have actually come out okay.
Tichy. Oh!
Is he out ahead of Roland? He is. He's just got ahead of Roland.
Very close that was.
So the Alfa Romeo's line astern in 6th and 7th places. And the Wizard has gone softs, yeah. Sorry, I didn't notice that before. You might have said it. I might have just done a Jordan.
It's fine. It's fine.
I did a Jordan, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's alright.
It's fine. I'm tired, man.
Wow.
Any long-time viewers will understand that reference. If you don't, go back and look.
I know Thomas is in the Twitch chat tonight, so I know he's going to rinse you for that one.
Yeah, well, he can by all means. So if those of you who are watching aren't familiar with that reference, go back and watch on our YouTube channel Season 2, Tier 2, Singapore, and you'll find it in that race.
Would you like to give them the timestamp as well?
I'd rather they watch the whole race, to be honest, because it was a good race. But
about lap 26.
Yeah, it's quite late on. So Thomas has just made a good point. Both racing points will have to stop again.
Yes.
So although they are leading the way, Rosa and Dracer are the leading two on paper.
Slightly different scenario here, where you were going from intermediates to wets, and these guys were just going dry tyres to dry tyres.
Well.
So what this does is equalises the race, obviously. So that means Dan's probably very happy about it.
Yeah, it brings him back into the race. Of course, he'll need to fight his way through, but he will get a couple of positions.
So brings back R after his incident as well, and KV's still within touching distance, so they should be not as disappointed, but still a lot of work to do. Should actually show the pace between the differential between the drivers.
Yeah,
fairly similar tyres.
Roland and the Wizard are the ones that I am particularly interested to see the pace of on the softer tyres, because you would expect those guys to come in again at around about lap 20, lap 21.
The fact that the safety car still is going to stretch these softs for a little more.
Yeah.
Good for about 4 or 5 laps, depends if they've got a fresh set or not.
Well, the Wizard has a fresh set. Roland does not. He's got a scrubbed set.
Yep. And you can gain probably 2 to 3 seconds in clear air on a set of softs to a set of mediums.
Yep. KV is also running with a set of scrubbed mediums.
Yes, because he used them in qualifying, of course. Still should be, still have enough longevity to make it to the race. Everyone on mediums that pit probably should make it now. It should be fairly easy. But we could all come in for another stop if there's another VSC or a safety car. We don't know. So hoping for it to be in this lap. I think it is by the fact that Lewis is so far off the back of the safety car.
Yeah, let's jump to our race leader then. We're waiting for Lewis to put the hammer down and go racing again. Rosa close behind will want to keep on his toes. And Andreas behind him in 3rd place will be looking to regain his lead and stretch out a nice gap. And Lewis has gone for it. and that's a good restart. 7/10 the gap.
Yeah, slightly caught Rosa on the back foot. Andreas has a moment. That could have been a bit tasty.
Yeah, Wisey boy behind him will be closing in to try and support his teammate, but Andreas has recovered that and is pulling away. Rosa nearly a second behind Lewis already. No DRS, of course, for the next 2 laps. And Dan's lost out to Robin.
No, he's maintained position. Robin lost out to
Harbour. Formula March having a look on the inside of the hairpin. No DRS, of course, for the next 2 laps.
Jeez, Robin already down to 57.543. 50% DRS already. Move out front, Danny.
Yep, as Dracer makes his way past Rosa, I'm looking at Thomas at the minute going wheel to wheel with Roland. Looks like he's going to have the exit, puts it into overtake. Tucks in behind his countryman, and he doesn't have it in a straight line. Roland's got the metal of him there.
Yep, Robin's lost the position out to Dan. Wisey boy picks up a penalty. Formula March went for an opportunistic move, got into a half spin with a bit of contact.
Tracer right up behind the racing point of Lewis. He's the man on the move at the moment. He has been all evening. Rosa though still within touching distance. Lewis the cork in the bottle.
Lewis 20% more ERS as well, so maintained it beautifully in that first lap.
Yeah, well the restart was crucial. Got himself nearly a second gap right off the restart, which means he didn't have to worry about it going in a straight line.
DRS, the 2 soft runners aren't really seeing the full benefits of the softer rubber.
The next time around they'll have it, and I think we could see them start to make some serious inroads. Andreas then closing in on Lewis. Is he going to go for it? I think he is. He's going to go around the outside of him into the hairpin. Still got a shocking camera angle, but it's an easy enough move for Andreas, who retakes the lead.
Yeah, these racing points are just going to have to push and extend as much as they can. Try and keep as much track position as possible, because they will both have to pit again.
Yeah, Rosa the next man to have a go at Lewis. Although both guys on equally old tyres. Although Rosa's significantly more worn, actually.
I think he pushed the first couple of laps he had on them.
Yeah, that one extra lap could account for that if it was a harsh lap on them, but I'm not entirely sure. Maybe in some overly aggressive weaving.
Oh, and Arbar and KV contact. They've both spin round. Dan's going to try and look to go around the outside of them both.
And Robin's gone up the inside of Arbar as well, and Formula March is there. We're going to go 3 wide here. Formula March is squeezed out of it. Arbar fighting back against the Alpha Tauri.
Formula March is in a good position. Just needs to wait for these two to possibly make contact with each other and then pounce and take 2 positions in one go.
Let's see how he manages in a straight line. DRS opens.
Thomas is going to go down the inside of Roland, going to fight it. Roland falling backwards, squeezed him out.
Formula March, big dive bomb, and he takes out Arbar. Got massive overspeed.
I'd say that's just a simple misjudgment. Stumpy has gone past the wizard, so actually the soft runners, Danny, losing places. Dan's gone around the outside of Roland. Yeah,
the soft run. Well, they've already come towards the end of their really useful life, of course, not forgetting the laps behind the safety car. Roland's with scrubs, of course, as well, already outside of that advantage window. Oh, the wizard I'm surprised at, but well,
yeah, even so in their scrubs I thought they still have decent 3 or 4 laps out, just not got pace. Lewis is now 2.5 seconds behind Andreas, who's pretty much burned all of his ERS to get to that stage though.
Yeah, well, of course there's no risk of Lewis coming back at him. He's going to be under pressure from behind, so as much as he wants to push on, it's going to be more a case of him needing to hold station for probably another 2 laps, and then he's going to box. But it's an interesting podium at the moment. It looks like it should be once the dust settles. Dracer, Rosa and Stumpy. Then Tichy.
Then
Thomas, then Dan and KV, yeah. And then you've got to factor in pit stops, penalties and such. But we've got a while to go yet. A lot can happen.
Thomas is going around the outside of Tichy. Thomas seems to be the man on the move on the medium. He's actually enjoying the tyre.
Yeah, he's doing good. Tichy, of course. Did he come in for a fresh set with that pit when the safety car came out?
Suggest he did.
I can have a look.
Like he's like Lewis and Wiseyboy though. He came in just before the safety car came out.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He's still on the one set. So he's only made 1 stop. He's going to try and extend those all the way to the end of the race, which should be easy enough.
Yeah, because he went wrong on the softs.
Yeah.
3.5 seconds now. They just can't get past him.
No, Lewis looking really good in a straight line. Although Rosa looks like he's going to be at risk from the other racing point of Wiseyboy.
Some softs. Nick fastest up off someone, and they'll just stay in the race. Anything can happen.
Stumpy, the man looking to make profit from these 3 fighting for second place.
Tichy and Dan. Dan breezes past Tichy. Got to get it slowed down though. Tichy just a little bit screwy on exit.
Yeah, Roland not liking those soft tyres at all, but we'll have to stop again for another set of them before the end of the race. And Wiseyboy.
Oh, that was a little bit
tasty.
Yes.
Yeah, we just caught the end of it with Rosa coming over the grass, but let's see if Rosa can come back at him. Because he needs to be mindful of the fact that both racing points have to pit, so he is in net second place. But the cars behind him are in a very
ominous position.
Yes, ominous. That's the word I was looking for. Track temperature has dropped by almost 5 degrees since the start of the race. Of course, that's what we'd expect. Abu Dhabi is a Grand Prix that starts at dusk and goes into the night. Air temperature though hasn't decreased, that's still at around 25 Celsius.
Katie's picked up 3 seconds. Yeah, I suppose if I'm in the train, I'm probably looking possibly to say ERS maybe.
You'd think, wouldn't you? Rosa's used up quite a lot of his.
Yeah.
Stumpy going side by side and got himself ahead.
He's going to hold it. Oh, I thought about it. Maybe the switch back the other way.
He's got a much better exit than Stumpy though, as Rosa. But Stumpy's got DRS just from the guys ahead, and that's going to keep him the position.
These two got to be careful and not find it too hard, because otherwise they fall out the window in front of Wiseyboy.
Yep. Just an update on the penalty situation. Andreas still only has 1 warning to his name. Lewis has 2. Wiseyboy has 5 warnings, so 1 penalty. Stumpy has the same, 5 warnings and a penalty. Rosa still only has 2 warnings.
Wiseyboy's just picked up his 2nd penalty. Lewis is pitted, so Wiseboy stays out. That releases the train.
It does. Yeah, well, you say it releases the train, but Wiseboy is now the lead man.
Yeah, we're having a little go at it.
But look how that safety car has compromised the strategy of the racing points. Lewis down in 13th place. Effectively last because of Arbar's accident with Formula March. Rosa, though, is still within DRS of Stumpy.
Dan is closing, but not enough, I don't think.
KV not quite on Titch. He might be able to get a good exit and give him a run for it there. Seems to have got a great exit. Titchy only just pulling away from him. ERS to overtake for KV.
Oh, Titchy's got anything left. Don't go Danny inside, you're crazy! They're going to run to the back of Dan. Oh, that was so close.
Titchy aborts and allows KV through.
Wow, I really thought the Williams in front was going to get absolutely collected there.
KV went for a door that was definitely not open, but in the end it seems to have worked out for him.
More importantly, Danny, we missed it. Stumpy's past Wiseboy.
Yeah, I think we'll see Wiseboy pit this time around, which could put Rosa in some trouble. No.
I would say yes. Trouble would be the case. Rosa is going to struggle with the last 5 laps.
I'm not so sure, you know, because Wiseboy stayed out. So if Rosa can clear him before Stumpy gets too far away.
Well, as long as Wiseboy stays within the DRS of him, I suppose it's not a massive problem.
The other man we've got to consider now is the Wizard, because he's gone further than I thought he would on those tyres. So I'm starting to wonder if he's going to try and get them to the end.
Yeah, using the DRS to help him. Everyone's DRS is low because they're all spaffing it at the same point. Thomas goes down the inside though, just runs him out of road. Oh, Dan goes around the outside, opportunistic there from Dan, and that will now put him on the back of the Mercedes.
And here comes KV. KV's coming through as well, around the outside of the McLaren. Dan and KV working together there as a sort of blocking motion to keep the Wizard behind. Those soft tyres now falling off the cliff.
Got past Titch, so with the Wizard absolutely mugged off there. 3 places in pretty much one corner. And a straight.
Yeah, Wiseboy will be looking to pit, I think, this time around. Andreas absolutely walking away with the race. 8 seconds now clear of Stumpy in second place. And no, Wiseboy goes again.
Is he just banking on a safety car?
I suppose it's his... Well, it won't matter, because no matter when he stops, he'll drop behind his teammate now.
Well, I'm just thinking if he's banking on a safety car, then if he puts on softs, then he's a lot closer, and then he can overtake him. I know he's got penalties, but
yeah, it's a good point, but
I can't really think of anything else.
Unless he's planning to go for the Schumacher, although that was outlawed, of course, after said incident. But all the while, though, it's helping Rosa stay up there, so he'll be happy.
Line for the last lap, he'll be disqualified. So
yeah, he's going to have to stop at some point.
Is struggling. Oza, Soft's gone. And that's putting it nicely. They are probably not roadworthy.
Let's see then, who's next to make a move? We could see one from the Wizard on Robin, going around the outside of the Alpha Tauri. We can just see it in the background. Swoops through.
This is where you're going to see the difference between the softs and the mediums. Just a little bit of blistering actually on that rear right. If you could see on your screen, just a little darker line down.
Of which car?
McLaren's a little bit of a darker line developing on that right rear.
Yeah, you can just about make it out.
tell there you go, he's lost, what, 6 tenths?
Yeah, if we ride on board, you can see the graining on the front tyres. Let me clear the UI there. Look at that, you can see the different patches of colour on the tyre, the different, the darker areas are the areas of wear.
So we've got a top 7 really developing, and they're all queuing up for the last podium position.
Yeah, I'm all waiting for Wisey Boy to uncork the bottle again. Rosa will want him to stay there as long as possible.
Rosa's going for it. He's going for it!
He's going for it, as he needs to do.
I forget, Rosa on the older mediums here.
Yeah, not that much older though, so he should be okay. Wisey Boy will probably come back at him here. He should have the opportunity, but Thomas is there as well. We're 3 wide. Thomas trying to find a way through, but he's not going to be able to do it unless he goes around the outside of Rosa. He's going for it. He's made that stick. Thomas looks like he could be the man to get that 3rd place now.
Robin's just been absolutely mugged off 3 positions in 1 corner. Got out of shape going into turn 9 from what I saw. Caught the end of it. Wizard went past, and then Tichy was let's just say, didn't have much to put up with.
No. Fastest lap at the moment is Dan in P6, who's lining up Rosa to have another go at P5. Wisey Boy still going.
Yeah, has that unsettled Rosa? Possibly.
Maybe so. Let's. We're starting to get into the realm of needing to look at penalties. So, Stumpy needs to get himself 3 seconds clear. He's not there just yet. That'll be why he's pushing on so hard. Dan looking round the outside of Rosa into turn 4 and makes it. Let's see. Rosa's going to have the outside. Dan's going to have to come right across that hairpin. Rosa might be able to get him in a straight line, we'll see.
Oh, just not as good as traction, that was the problem. Dan can use the DRS in front and the slipstream.
Yeah, KV though.
Oh, Thomas on 0 ERS as he's trying to go past Wisey Boy.
And Dan's looking to make it through as well. All concertinaed up.
Got a better run.
He's going for it. Dan looking for the podium. Little bit of a nudge between the two. As Dan makes that move, and KV's managed to get past Rosa as well.
Rosa just falling away. He's on the oldest tyres out there. He's just starting to struggle. Nearly worked out.
Still, he's still in the running on the penalties, so I wouldn't count him out just yet. Rosa's still perfectly clean. Everybody in front of him has penalties. So at the moment, he is actually in. Depending on what Thomas has got. Yeah, at the moment he's on the cusp of 2nd place.
Oh, it's just picked up. Wisey Boy's pitted, Danny.
Wisey Boy has finally pitted, then that releases everyone behind him. So then KV now 2 seconds behind Dan, with Rosa closing in on him.
Hey, Lewis, by the way, I know he pitted and put him out, but he could be on here for a couple of points.
He could, yeah, he's still clear of penalties I think as well. Yep, he is. Robin has 3 seconds. Formula March has 9 seconds. And then apart from that, nobody else has them up until KV. So.
He's just fighting back, Danny.
Yeah.
He's not giving this up.
No, should he? He needs to get. They need to work together though. Those two. They need to close up to the guys in front. KV, because he's only got 3 seconds and he needs to get back in range of Thomas to get ahead of him.
He's going to go past him. KV's got KV's got front wing damage right hand side.
Let's have a look, see how bad that damage is. Will it affect him significantly? Yes, 44%. That's going to be some significant damage for him.
Who is he hit?
It was.
Well, he was near Dan, so hopefully he's not hit. The wounds haven't come together. We've not seen it. But it does mean he's now under pressure by his.
About 2 minutes ago, according to TAS. So lap 26. I wonder if it was that that melee with Wisey Boy and Dan down at the hairpin.
Speaking of Wisey Boy, he's just
had a moment.
So yeah, let's put Cave in the clutches of his former EU3 colleague, rival, acquaintance, whatever you want to put it.
Yeah, so right now the podium as it stands is going to be Dracer with the win. Stumpy should hold on to second place. Thomas will drop to P5.
Thomas is desperately trying to get out of the slipstream.
Yeah, and Dan at the moment is clear enough of Rosa to hold that position. But he needs to...
He's going to run him deep, yeah. Forced him out again. That's been Thomas's tactic all race.
Yeah,
just to
Dan...
run you out of road.
The thing is, Dan should know all he needs to do is keep Rosa 3 seconds behind, and at the moment he's fighting with Thomas, he's not doing that. Rosa's been pulled back nearly a second just with them two squabbling.
Yeah, he knows he's quicker, that's the problem. He's probably feeling that he's going to get held up.
Well, that is
clutches Lewis and Formula March.
That is being the case at the moment. Meanwhile, I'm going to have to jump to the race leader. He's been superfluous all week, he's weaving already. His team didn't win in the football, but he's won tonight. Dracer Basson wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix in EU2 with an 11-second margin over Stumpy, who will come across in second place. Let's see how the guys for third go. Dan takes it. Where will Rosa go? Rosa stays 5. He must have got a penalty late on. He did.
Yeah, he did. Run across the turn 8 curve.
Oh, such a shame.
Titchy got up to 5th, then 3 tenths separated him and Rosa then. And Formula March dropped out the points.
Yeah. Well, I'm not surprised with 9 seconds worth of penalties, to be fair.
And Wisey Boy has stolen fastest lap, so no one gets it.
Yeah, indeed he has. 35.398. And Arba, after a brilliant qualifying and a brilliant start,
what could have been?
Yep, has a torrid set of laps. Collision with Formula March, collision with Roland. As he was trying to follow Andreas through the field. He'll come across the line and take 14th place, but he got very unlucky. In fact, he gets 13th place, which, considering the race he's had, is probably not... Well, it's ironic, isn't it?
So, win for Andreas. We said last week, we'll see you on the podium, but one step higher.
We did, and he is on the podium one step higher. If you can all get your votes for driver of the day in the chat now, please. We will get these guys in and we'll have a chat to them. So there we have it then. Andreas takes the win. The Dane superlative at the front of that field. Stumpy in second place for Alfa Romeo, finding some good form in recent weeks. Dan Robbo in third place after that early spin and wing damage. Has come back to get a great result there for him and for Williams. Thomas in P4, what could have been there, really found some form on those medium tyres. Tichy in 5th, Rosa 6th, KV 7th, Lewis in 8th, Robin in 9th. Wizard manages to scrape himself a 10th place. Formula March in 11th, dropping out on penalties. Nine seconds for him, not doing him any favours whatsoever. Wisey Boy in 12th, Arba 13th, Profodes in 14th. Your non-finishers were Jonathan Cox, Pure Blades, The Fallen and Jamie 1S. Let's get the Haas up on screen. Tweak my audio a bit, because I always forget to do it. There we go. And then we can have a chat. I'm just waiting for Stumpy, so while we do, let's start off then. There he is with P3, Dan. So, early setback with that spin. But you managed to fight back, get yourself a podium. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah, the safety car saved me. Whoever brought that out, it was saving there. But yeah, just had to fight my way through the field after the safety car. Bit annoying because I had the pace on a lot of drivers. Obviously not Tracer because he was miles ahead, but yeah, I think it could be a bit more there. But well.
Yeah, so considering how that race went, I don't think third is a bad result.
No. And before the race, I probably would have took the third as well.
Yeah. But was it a tangle you had to get that spin, or was it just the back end went?
No, just on the inside, on the curb, and it just went. It's like, oh, you're not having that, and it just went.
Fair play, but well, I'll be honest, I haven't got much more to ask you, mate. To be honest.
Well, nothing really much happened. That's the thing.
Oh yeah. You and KV were on the towing qualifying, didn't you? By accident. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a bit. as you know anyway, us giving each other the tow has not worked successfully yet. So.
Yeah, me and Matt have we're yet to nail that down. I say me and Matt, me giving Matt a tow, we're yet to nail down. Matt seems to nail it every time when he's giving me one. But anyway, we'll move on. But no, great job on P3, mate. Well recovered. I'm sure you'll come to terms with losing out later on in the grand scheme of things. But hopefully we'll see you back next week. P2 then, Stumpy. Good points, mate. Well played. Team Alpha all the way.
Yeah, well done, mate.
Well played.
We're not biased.
No.
Yeah, bit of a lonely race, really. Struggled so much, considered next to my race pace in practice. Just scared of getting penalties, really. I was driving so slow.
It paid off in the end. Safety car really shook it up, yeah.
Yeah, well, I just decided really to try and get an undercut at the front and try and force them to go early as well. But yeah, the safety car helped the two stoppers there, definitely.
Yeah. Well, you say it did. It really knackered the racing points. Yeah. They were going medium, soft.
Yeah. They did say when they, because Mazza was telling us that they had to pit again. Where did Wisey Boy finish in the end? So late.
P12.
P12. But that was. How many finishes was there?
14. Yeah. I think he was trying to bank on a late safety car or a VSC or something.
Yeah.
Just to try and salvage something. Lewis managed to get himself P8 though, in the other racing point.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Just couldn't live. Don't think anyone could have lived with dress A today. Christ.
Well, I'll give it a go, and then managed to find the side of a Renault with his wings. So.
I think we all gave our best shot trying to muck it up, didn't we?
Well, yeah. But, no, great job, Peter, mate. Great points for the team. That's what we like to see. It's making up for my failings yesterday. But, we move. Great job. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. Andreas!
Yes, finally.
Hey.
First cut victory.
Yeah.
At least on track.
Yeah, and you've absolutely smashed it.
Yeah, that was nice to feel that I had a little bit of pace. First pole position as well.
Yeah.
Gave a lot of confidence going into the race. Yeah, had a terrible start, but I managed to get ahead of Stumpy and just try and manage my tires and try not to get any penalties. I was a little bit worried with Arba's pace. He was quick. But when we caught up to the traffic after the first pit stop, I just knew I had to get in front of him and try to pass the traffic first, which I did. And then I think he got spun by the Renault, or they had a little bit of an incident behind me, and then the safety car just put on a new set of medium and go to the end. so quite a lot of time of my own, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's so much nicer being on your own when you're out at the front, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So was there any issues when that safety car came out, or was it just I'll stop for a new set and go for it?
No, it was just going into a new set of mediums. I knew they were able to go the rest of the distance, and then last time I raced on Abu Dhabi, I smashed my front ring on the first lap and it went medium, so I knew that there wasn't any issues with the medium tire. So I don't like the soft tires in this game. I can't keep them in temperature, so soft medium was my plan all along.
Yeah. Oh, good man. Well, congratulations. Go and celebrate. Crack a beer open.
Denmark came out on top.
Well, it did in something at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, the football was awful, wasn't it? Did you watch it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, it was bad.
I'm sitting here in my national shirt, Denmark national team shirt.
Oh.
So this one was for Lord Bentner, I suppose.
Well, of course.
And the Danish grandstand.
Yeah. Yes, they were out in force today. They really were.
Yeah.
So much, in fact, that they voted you driver of the day as well.
Thank you.
Rissa was leading the charge on that front, so you've got him to thank.
Yeah, thank you.
But, I think with that we will call it a night. Thank you all very much for watching. If you've enjoyed yourself, make sure you hit that follow button on Twitch. If you're watching this later on YouTube, please hit subscribe. If you want to watch some more Contest of Speed, you can do so on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays every week. If you want to watch the European tiers like we have been racing tonight, you can watch European tiers 3, 2, 1 and 4 on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday respectively. And if you are from across the pond and think, damn, I don't finish work till 5, you can watch the Americas tiers on Tuesday and Wednesday. That's at 9 PM Eastern for America tiers 2 and 1. And just because I've remembered, I forgot to say it, the European tiers run at 10 PM in the UK, so that's 5 PM Eastern. If you want to support the Contest of Speed more, you can do so. Head over to our merch store, pick yourself up something lovely. I would say I can vouch for it all, but of course I'd say that. Go and buy it yourself, then you can vouch for it in your own way. Once again, thank you all very much for watching. Have a very nice evening. Good night.